Okay, let's jump into this. There's no objective on this, the thing we were just talking about. So it's got your name, it's got your contact information. As a common, I don't think you've graduated yet, right? Is that true? Yeah, you're still in school. I might put that up front because it sets context to the fact that you're still in school. Because it immediately tells people, oh, you're a student. And that's okay because it gives them the right expectations about what to look at in your experience and in your skills. So for students, I actually recommend putting your educational status straight up front. Then if you want to list your alphabet soup section, which is what I call the skills, it can come next or it can come last. It's up to you. I've seen it both ways. If you're going to put it up top, though, don't put too much if you have real experience. And by the way, the big challenge with this resume, besides it being boringly stark white, is it's too wide. It's text everywhere, and it needs a little more white space. Everything is crammed together. Particularly, you've taken out any gaps at all between sections. So, like, we go straight from your header into skills, and that's very jarring. Like, no designer would ever put the skills right next to GitHub. It's just weird. Margins, yeah. So you'd want to make this, it's not about it being visually attractive for the sake of being pretty. It's about it being readable. And this is so dense, the readability suffers. And basically what that does for me as a reviewer is it irritates me. Because now I have to do the work to sort of parse through your bad design. And what you don't really want when I have a stack of 1,000 resumes is for my first response to your resume to be, ugh. Even if I go ahead and read it, I have this irritated frame of mind, and that just isn't as good. It's like, ooh. And so, remember, sadly, hiring decisions are not completely rational. Chat, feel free to weigh in on this. Remember, the way we do these resume reviews is I don't have all the answers and notice everything. So if you all see things that you want to say to help UV, please do. And Mixer, definitely go study. If you're still here, shame on you. No, I'm glad you go study. Go do that. All right. Other stuff we would comment on. I wouldn't put a job that you haven't done yet. That's weird. I get why you are. You're like saying I have a future internship, but it's just bizarre. I don't know. Chat, what would you do with this? Would you put your next internship on there? Probably you wouldn't, because unless you're already working on the internship after that, you would just add this once you've done something. So I get that you sent it to us for feedback, but I probably wouldn't ever do this because it just communicates I'm busy during this time. Or I do it much shorter and I'd say pending spring internship or something, as opposed to job not yet begun. Okay, Bombardier, data collector and analyst, investigated data, aggregating information, providing valuable information, analytics to better optimize. So you've got a lot of redacted here. I get that. Because you're anonymizing your resume to have it on Twitch. What's unclear to me is that this last redacted will end up in a result, a business result, and that's what you're after. Awesome. I see your note, by the way, that people put their next role on LinkedIn. I think for students, LinkedIn is a little bit different. We could do some more LinkedIn profile reviews sometime. LinkedIn is a little bit different in that it's less formal. It's got less expectations, but it's a fine point, and putting your future here is not wrong. It's just not something I've ever seen before. In any case, the point on all these bullets is you want to end in results. And that's really hard. The honest appraisal of my own resume is I need to go back and work on results again. I would not give myself, by the way, we always grade people. I didn't ask you to grade me. I'm not afraid of it. Feel free to grade me on it now if you want. But on my own resume, I should have graded myself at best an A minus because I can't be an A without better results. So the resume I showed, I want to get to a full A as I want to have it as an example for the channel, and it won't be that until I go work on the results. Okay. In any case, I'm worried here that you don't have end results of what business impact your stuff at Bombardier had. What was somebody able to do that helped a customer or helped make money as a result of the things you did? Try to end each of these bullets with that. Data management intern, probably the same thing. You've got some redacted in here again. I'll comment there are no numbers anywhere in these first two. You don't get to numbers until you get down to the Waterloo Engineering Endowment Fund. Yeah, so this in charge of management and distribution of a principal amount of $20 million. You don't say, though, to again, there's no impact. What did you actually do that someone can, again, like with these carefully evaluation of dozens of proposals, great. Did some of those proposals change the world? Try to get to the end of the story. Resumes tend to leave the story hanging. Good observation, by the way, Boris Pinkclaw. Some of the phrases look as if you're trying to reach a word limit on an essay, director of operations on board of directors. Yeah, you want to reduce things like that. You want to clean up. Brevity is always a help. Brevity and clarity. Chapter co-founder, president of DECA Ontario, co-founder, became the first chapter president at my high school. So my challenge here is I don't know what DECA is. You're assuming I do. I don't. So this is kind of meaningless to me. So be careful with acronyms. Projects. Okay. I said your resume is too dense. It's like really crammed in, and yet you're putting in 4 projects with lots of bullets. There's things you can trim if you have to. Trim a project, trim a bullet from a project, get yourself some white space. The fact you have a lot of projects is great. Outperformed the S&P 500 throughout the 2010s by an average margin of 23% in trial runs. That's excellent. Perhaps you should just run your own investments. Well, clue me in, 40 Pink Dragons. What is DECA? But I don't know, so acronyms are dangerous in that way. Image to text translator. Developed an image to text converter which takes images. These are pretty good projects, so you've got good stuff here. In general, the content on your resume is good. It's about drawing it down to results and making it more readable. Like you have kind of, as I see a lot from Waterloo students, you have grade A content of what you've accomplished. And kind of, in this case, grade C+-ish presentation of that content. It needs white space and clarity. Yeah, exotic male escort. I get it, right? That's why I say he's got grade A content here. He's done good stuff. So I like how you're redacting what kind of engineer you are. That's pretty funny. But if it helps you feel good about it, that's cool. I'm guessing there's only one student in engineering at Waterloo with this name, so you're not that anonymous, I'd guess, if someone really wants to find you. But, you know. It's a high school org for future marketing leaders. See, I'd have never known that. So it's good to know what DECA is, but tell me what DECA is. Because that's cool. If I'd have known that, I'd been like, oh, DECA parentheses high school marketing, or spell it out, then I would know. All right. Okay, cool. So I think we've gone through this resume. I think, man, clean it up. I'll show you some of the before and afters of other people in a few minutes. If you change the formatting on this, maybe add a little color, maybe add a picture or not, but definitely make it more readable. It will shoot up as going from a solid resume driven by its content to a very good one. So put an objective at the top. All right, we're good on that.